Ken here with Ken's Kreations. Well, as many of you know, I love doing product reviews and tutorials, and usually I have a camera guy that helps me with all my videos. However, every once in a while I find myself needing to make a video and I'm all by myself, which led me to trying to find a camera that was capable of shooting high quality video without me worrying about the camera. In all my research, that led me to the GoPro cameras. Now, recently, the GoPro just released the Hero 4 cameras. Now, these cameras are great because there's 60 different mounts that I can place all over the room to get my perfect shot, and they support a new phone app that lets you use your phone as a viewfinder and a remote. Now, with the Hero 4, there's two different cameras. There is a black and a silver. So, I found myself questioning which one to go with. Which one was a better camera for exactly what I was looking for. So in this video, I want to show you the difference between the Hero 4 Black and the Hero 4 Silver, show you exactly what makes them different, and hopefully help you decide what is a better camera for your needs. So let's first take a look at what comes in the box. So let's go ahead and take a look at what comes with the cameras. Pretty much between the black and silver, there's only one difference, but let's take a look. So you're going to get the Hero camera. You're also going to get the standard housing that comes on all of the GoPro cameras. You also get the rechargeable battery, all of your mounting, which includes your curved and flat mounts, your 3-way pivot arm, quick release guide, USB cable, and your skeleton back door. Now you also get Getting Started with GoPro, which gives you all of the steps to get ready to use your camera, your GoPro sticker so you can go show your GoPro pride, your quick start guide, your safety information, and your warranty and disclaimer. Now in the GoPro 4 Silver Edition, you're going to get all of the same exact items. The only difference is you're going to get the touch, skeleton touch, which goes on the back of the camera right there. So that's the only difference. Now, the one thing you're not going to get is a micro SD card. Now this is essential if you're going to be using this camera right away to do any recording. There is no memory on these cameras to store that. So when you're at the store picking this up, you will need to buy one of these to get your GoPro to work. So that's very important to know when you are getting this. Now, if you are going to get the black versus the silver, you're definitely going to want to get a micro SD card that can hold more room because this one does need that. All right, so let's go ahead and follow the instructions. That's what I would recommend doing first, is make sure to go create your GoPro account, get your app for your phone, download the software, and update your camera. So we're gonna go do that, and then we can take a look at the differences between the cameras. So there's 3 different ways you can update your GoPro camera. You can update it through the GoPro software, which you can find over at GoPro.com. You can also update it through the GoPro app on your mobile device, or you can update it through the micro SD card straight into your camera. If you have a problem updating your phone using any of these versions, make sure to check out my other video on how to update this camera. Now, when we're updating the camera, the first thing you're gonna have to do is actually get into the camera and put the battery in and your SD card. So let's take a look at that. Your camera is going to come in a nice Hero case here, and you wanna go ahead and open that, and all you're gonna do is pull this forward, pops open, and you can bring back that and slide your camera out. First thing you're going to want to do is put your battery in. On the bottom of the GoPro, you're going to see your battery compartment. You're just going to slide that forward. It will pop up. Go ahead and take your battery with the prong facing down, and it will slide nice and gently into your GoPro. And at this point, you can go ahead and close it. Now on the actual GoPro, you're going to have a power button, which is also a mode function. On the side of it, you're going to have your settings button, and this is also how you will take your video. On the top of it, this is where your record button is. And off to the side here, you're going to have a little compartment that I'm just going to pop open, and this is where you put your micro SD card and your HDMI cable and your connection to go into the computer. Now your micro SD card will be right here, and what we want to do is actually just take out the smaller card. And this is what stores all of your video onto your camera. With it facing this way, so the print that way, you just want to go ahead and slide just like that into your camera, and you'll hear it click. There you go. And then we can go ahead and put that cover back on. So now that you have this all ready to go, we can actually do the update process. So go ahead and update your camera. If you have problems with that, make sure to check out my other video, and then we can take a look on the differences between the silver and the black. So you're probably asking yourself now, what is the difference between the Hero 4 Black and the Hero 4 Silver? As you can see, the body style is identical on the front, sides, and bottom. However, when we take a look at the back of the camera, that's where the first big real difference comes. The Hero 4 Black does not support a touchscreen built-in, where on the silver it does support a built-in touchscreen. Now a couple questions arise with that. The first is on the silver, because it is built in, if you were to drop this phone and crack it, would you have to buy a whole new camera, or would you be able to just add the attachment onto this? Now onto the black, a lot of people asked, why did their top of the line not get the built-in touchscreen? And from what I'm hearing, it is because in order to shoot in 4K, it produces a lot of heat, and because of that, they've had to drop the built-in LCD touchscreen. However, you can add an attachment for $79 that would give you a touchscreen capable on the back of the black. Now, once again, the nice thing on that is if you were to drop the black and crack it, you would be able to replace it with that $79 attachment. Now, one thing I wanted to note on here is the settings function. So on the silver, when I go to settings, it now has a whole nice touchscreen display, where on the black, when you go into the settings function, you're going to be on the front of the camera up here, and you're going to have to make all your choices here. The nice thing on the silver is because it is a touchscreen, you can scroll through. The other nice thing is you're able to play back your videos right after shooting them. So I can go ahead and swipe here, and playback, go from video, photo. It supports all of that. Now, one other nice thing about this is both of them are going to support the built-in app on your iPhone. Now, you can get this on your iPhone, your Android base, any kind of phone that has the capability of getting the GoPro app. You're able to go ahead and see everything you're shooting straight from your GoPro accessory here. So as you can see, nice through your Wi-Fi, seamless, goes straight from the GoPro onto your phone. Now, a lot of people are saying with that addition, you won't need the LCD touchscreen built in, and you can just shoot that from the black. However, for me, I still like having the capability of seeing everything shot right here and being able to play it back right on the device if I don't have my phone near me. So the real question is shooting, which one is better with the 4K? Now, the reason why the black is $100 more is because it supports up to 4K for 30 frames per second, where your silver supports 4K at 15 frames per second. However, is that big enough a difference for me to upgrade from the silver to the black? So let's take a look at a comparison of videos shot on both these cameras to see if the difference is there and to see if it's worth the upgrade. So looking at the black versus silver side by side, you can see the big difference is your 4K video. The 4K video on the black is supported up to 30 frames per second, where on the silver, it also supports 4K, but up to 15 frames per second. The other big difference is the fact that the Hero 4 Silver comes with that built-in touch display. Now, if you're wanting to see a video comparing these two cameras side by side, I highly recommend watching this video here. These two gentlemen have done a great job comparing these cameras side by side on the 4K, 1080p, sound quality, slow motion, and in the night vision. They've done a great job in showing you how much of a difference or how little of a difference is between these cameras. So as you can see here, here's the black versus silver when it comes to video resolution and frames per second. As you can see, the black just has more options when it comes to video resolution and frames per second, where the silver just doesn't have as much power as the black. The black's going to support your 4K Super View, your 2.7K Super View, your 2.7K 4:3, and its frames per second are much higher. Now keep in mind that many people will say that 120 frames per second is not noticeable by the human eye. And when looking at the video by those two gentlemen, I'll have to say that I really did not see that much of a difference between the quality of video between the black versus silver. Now, if you had 4K monitor, 4K capability on YouTube, and a 4K camera, absolutely, you're going to see a little bit of a difference. But right now, based on what I'm seeing, I just don't know if it warrants an extra $100 to go with the black over the silver. So after doing my comparison, I have to say I'm a huge fan of the GoPro Hero 4 series. The fact that they come with a waterproof case means you can pretty much take them anywhere. Sea, land, air, these cameras will go and produce amazing photos and footage. And the fact that they have 60 different mounts. You can mount these to your chest. You can mount them on a hat. You can even mount them on a dog harness so you can see the world through the eyes of a dog. So ultimately, at the end of the day, which one is better to go with? The black or the silver? And really, it comes down to what you're looking for. For me, I'm a blogger who does a lot of videos, so I'm really looking for the accessibility, and that comes with the silver. The silver has that touchscreen on the back that's giving me full control of all of the settings. It's giving me control to quickly, easily change between 4K and 1080. I also really love the fact that I can play back my footage right on the camera without going to my phone. Now, if you're looking for someone that wants that higher quality video, the black might be your option. The fact that it can do 4K is simply amazing. But keep in mind, you're going to need a micro SD card that's capable of holding all of that high quality video, and you're going to need a computer able to process it and do all the editing needed for that 4K. I did find out through my testing that this camera did get significantly hotter than the silver, and I believe that's just because of how powerful it is. Also, keep in mind that the battery life on your silver is going to last a little bit longer than on the black, and that's just simply because if you're shooting higher 4K video, it's going to take up a lot more of your battery space. So at the end of the day, I have to say that for me, the silver works the best, and that's the one I would recommend for the average everyday person. So when you're in the store looking at these two, keep all of those points in mind, but for an average person, I think the silver is capable of meeting everyone's needs. Alright, I hope you really enjoyed the comparison of the silver and black. Make sure you're checking out my blog to get a little bit more of a comparison between these two. You can check that out over at www.creativeken.com. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel where I do a lot of reviews on different items. Make sure you're checking out Ken all over the net. You can check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, pretty much anywhere you can find me. I would love for you to follow me. And make sure if you like this video to give it 2 thumbs up and give me lots of comments so I can make sure you enjoyed the video. Alright, thanks so much. If you want to buy either of these cameras, check out the links below where I've given you links over to Amazon where you can purchase either GoPro camera. Alright, thanks for taking a look at today's comparison. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks.